Hi there and welcome to lesson 4 of British slang. So today our first expression is to have a kip. To have a kip simply means to have a sleep. In German, pennen. Some examples would be, don't disturb him because he's having a kip. Mate, to be honest, I really need a kip. So I really need a sleep, had a long day, I really need a kip. And number 3, after working all day and studying most of the night, he's dying for a kip. You might notice that all the apostrophes in don't and he's and things like that seem to be reversed. I have no idea how that happened. Please just ignore it. Next one is to be minted. To be minted means to have a lot of money. This is quite a common expression. You'll hear this used a fair amount back in the UK. Some examples would be, ask him to buy it. He's absolutely minted. That means he's got loads of money. He can easily afford it. Loads of money, minted. Number 2, she's got a job at a bank in the city. Everyone says she's minted now. It's no surprise she got a car for her birthday. Her parents are minted. So her parents have loads of money. They give her loads of money. It's quite a common expression. You'll hear that. Parents are minted. She has whatever she wants. To nick something. To nick something means simply to steal something. Some examples would be, I can't believe that guy nicked my bike. He knew it was brand new. Have you seen that Mr. Mark's new BMW has been nicked? He had it taken from outside his house. I always keep my valuables in a locker because I'm worried that someone might nick them otherwise. So to nick something, to steal something, it's a slang expression. Wouldn't use it in a formal situation, but the simple meaning is to steal something. To be a nutter. To be a nutter simply means to be crazy, to be unstable. It's a way of describing a person. In German, verrückter. Some examples would be, I would avoid that guy if I were you. He's a complete nutter. They arrested that nutter last week who attacked the old woman in the post office. I would have tried to jump the fence, but I didn't want everyone thinking I was a total nutter. To be off one's head. To be off one's head is quite common. You'll hear that a fair bit. It means to be either crazy. So if you say someone's off their head, it can imply a similar thing to the previous expression, which was, to be a nutter, yeah. It can be also have a similar meaning, but it's probably used more often in terms of saying someone's drunk. Some examples. I saw him in the town centre last night and he was completely off his head. It was shameful. So he was completely drunk. Number 2. Did you see the way she was screaming at her mum in the street? I think she's completely off her head. Now in this case, it would mean obviously she's crazy. It doesn't necessarily have to do with alcohol, number 2. She's off her head. She's mad, she's completely crazy. She was screaming at her mum. Number 3. Last time I had vodka, I ended up completely off my head in the park. Please excuse the typo there. It should be I ended instead of entered. Okay, next one. To laugh one's head off. To laugh one's head off means to laugh a lot or to laugh hysterically. Some examples would be, he watched the new series of Little Britain and was laughing his head off the whole time. Number 2. I tried to tell her what I thought and all she did was laugh her head off. Number 3. It was meant to be a serious talk, but the whole audience ended up laughing their heads off. The next expression, super common, super common. Know this one, use it in situations with young people, with people you're familiar with, not formal situations, but I'd be very surprised if you hadn't heard this already. To be pissed off means simply to be angry about something, to be in a bad mood because of something. Some examples, don't try and talk to him right now, he's so pissed off that he won't say anything. Number 2, I can't even begin to tell you how pissed off I am. Number 3, it's so easy to piss her off, you just have to ask her about the night she got drunk. So to piss someone off, to annoy someone, you can piss someone off or you can be pissed off. To let someone off the hook To let someone off the hook means to let someone get away with something. It's easier to explain this with some examples. It was clearly Paul's fault, but in the end I let him off the hook. So that means I didn't blame him in the end. I didn't get angry with him. I let him off the hook. It means I let him get away with it. Number 2, I stole the bike, but the police let me off the hook because I said I was sorry. Which obviously wouldn't happen. Well, maybe it would actually, who knows. Number 3, I thought my dad was going to go mad when he saw I'd taken the car, but he let me off the hook. So he didn't get angry with me, he let me get away with it. Ended. Okay. Next one, to be shattered. This is common, very, very common. It means simply to be really tired or to be exhausted. It's exactly the same meaning as knackered, which we had in one of the previous lessons. Some examples would be, after running the marathon, she was shattered for 2 days. So she was completely exhausted. She was tired for 2 days. Number 2, it's no surprise you're shattered, mate. You've been working all day without stopping. Number 3, I had to stop the car because I was too shattered to drive after the concert. To have a slash. This is an expression that only boys/men would use. It means simply to piss or to go to the toilet. You know, it's not a particularly nice expression. Well, in the sense that you wouldn't use it with your parents, or you wouldn't use it in formal situations. You know, it's an expression that English boys will use when they go out with each other in the pub. They'll say, "Oh, mate, I'm going for a slash." It means I'm just going for a piss. Examples. Mate, can you save my seat for me? I'm bursting for a slash. Number 2, I really need a slash. Do any of you know where the toilets are? Number 3, my dog slashed all over the new car seat, or over the car seat as I've written, because we forgot to stop to let him out. So that was the end of lesson 4. Thanks for watching, and I will upload the next lesson possibly later, and if not tomorrow. Thanks so much. Ciao.